Morning friends, happy Wednesday, how are you doing? Really weird headlines yesterday. Yeah, this is an up-to-date one from yesterday about Kate. We'll delve into this one in a minute, but there were also others. Kate's refusing to be a people pleaser. A whole job at the moment and in the future is a people pleaser. I don't know whether she's realised that. She's not around that much. Maybe she doesn't realise it. Also, Kate's recalibrating her entire life. What's all that about? And this. Now, this is a natural thing. With any head of an organisation, head of state, the organisation around them needs to prepare for disaster. Everybody needs a disaster recovery plan in the event of someone's demise or some other type of disaster. But why is this headline news? I just feel the media are picking up on Kate's kind of defiance to toe the line, but we don't really know that she's defiant because we don't really see her. And they're picking up that in some way she appears to want to be an independent person, but she's married into a family that will give you the least freedom and independence in the world, literally. It all seems very weird at a time when the eyes of the media are all over Kate and William. And even the media now are asking questions about just why aren't they together? And when they are together, why aren't they comfortable together? It's all very odd. Comments are open. I'm sure you'll let me know what you think. As ever, we all wish Kate every single happiness and a long, happy, successful life. But all this stuff just doesn't seem to add up. Let me know what you think. Have a brilliant Wednesday. Morning, friends. Happy Tuesday. How are you doing? And before we get started, as usual, creator credit time. Thank you to my little friend tagged above. Go and check out her TikTok account. I would have missed this one yesterday if it wasn't for her. Kate is back on the cover of Hello magazine on her own terms. Didn't Meghan talk about everything being on her own terms on a recent podcast? I strongly suspect she did. And in fact, I checked last night and this was the exact wording that Meghan used to describe how she was launching her own business and how she makes decisions in her life. I find it really odd that Kate's saying the same thing. As she cancels her Ascot comeback, inside Kate's mindful return to royal duties. It's all a bit crazy, this Hello article, by the way. I did spend some time reading that as well last night. To me, and without being overly cruel, it does sound like Kate's basically saying, I'm not going to do much, to be honest, and you're not going to see me for months at a time. Good luck with everything. Hope you manage to get all the things done that you need to. Yeah, not sure what's going on within that kind of family, but honestly, it does not feel good. Yeah, the vibe, the juju, it's not positive. As ever, comments are open. Thanks again to Creator Credit. Let me know what you think.
I think at the end of the day, what I appreciate is in the contract, they understand that this is my vision. Mm-hmm. It's my vision. And also the success of the brand, I believe, is rooted in the fact that you can feel when I am involved in something. And so because I have been in this state of ideation of what I wanted to have as an offering for so long, the fact that they trust my final judgment is great. One of the things I've said from the onset, I love being part of the creative process. It's important to me. It's also where I find a lot of joy. So the analogy I say is don't bake the cake without me. Meaning if I'm in the kitchen, I want to be part of making the batter. What's the flavor profile? And there's an entire team that can help put that cake in the oven, but I want to check it before it goes in the oven. And I want to be involved in frosting it and presenting it and the language surrounding it. I love the details of things. And I think that's where a lot of the magic comes in. So in partnership, while we are every day in the weeds of minutia from packaging and unboxing to the language on a newsletter, which yes, I'm one of the people who's looking at all of that and making sure that it feels reflective of my vision for the brand. It's just a constant dance. And I think in any business, you're dancing.
All the time.
All the time.
Dancing.
Oh, you could choreograph it as well as you want, but at a certain point, you're going to have to freestyle a little bit and improv and trust that your partner knows like, okay, we're moving this way. And you're just doing that dance together.
Morning friends, happy Tuesday, how you doing? The week is flying by. GB News started the week Monday yesterday by having a right prod and dig at Kate and William. Breaking. Kate and William labelled staggeringly out of touch and told to take a lesson from the King and Camilla. And this is all stemming from Kate's failure to appear at Ascot. I think the press are absolutely mad as a hatter about it because obviously they've lost material because Kate wasn't there. I also feel that there could be a palace insider, i.e. Camilla, feeding her press loyal puppies, spaniels, labradors, whatever you want to call the journalists, with stories like this. It's really rare for any of the titles in the UK to have such a definite and pointed pop at Kate and William. I don't know what you feel about that. I think the message should be around more transparency, less deflection. Can we see what you've actually achieved in the last X year rather than kind of their personality? I think it's mean to pick on their personality when we should actually be looking at their job as potential future heads of state and what that entails in terms of a benefit to the United Kingdom. That's the way I think everyone should play it. Take the personalities out of it. Let's measure you based on your job performance. Anyway, definite poke on the headline. Things are going to get harder for these two, I think. Looks like William this week is doing everything on his own. The press will be all over that again. Comments are open. Let me know what you think.
Ascot issued their carriage list as normal, and indeed, as we expected, the Princess of Wales was in it for their husband. But 22 minutes later, I received a message from Kensington Palace to say no, this had been issued in error, and in fact, the Princess of Wales was not going to be here. Now, they assured me straight away that there was nothing to worry about, that this was...
Morning friends, happy Wednesday, how are you doing? It's Hill Week tonight at Running Club. I'm strangely excited for Hill Week, even though I normally don't really enjoy it. Get to the point, Martin. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet will have no role when William becomes king. He's absolutely desperate, isn't he, to get on that throne? That's a whole other story, I wonder why. Despite Harry's intention with their HRH titles, I think Archie and Lilibet are going to be very busy when they become of age. There's no way that Harry and Meghan want them anywhere near the toxic, taxpayer-funded British non-working family anyway, but they will have their own careers that deliver them happiness, joy and freedom, and then whatever else they want out of their careers to survive and succeed. Meghan and Harry are going to be really great parents at telling their kids that happiness, work-life balance and joy is what you need to aim for in whatever you do in life, including in your career. Those two kids are going to be super happy, super joyful, super busy. I think the last thing they're going to be worried about is anything this toxic family wants them to do. As ever, comments are open. Have a brilliant day. Let me know what you think.
Let's make one thing clear. The brooch was not an accident. It was a declaration. The first black woman who steps foot into the royal family, and someone meets her at the door wearing a colonial-era relic that literally glorifies black servitude. That wasn't ignorance. That was intention. Princess Michael of Kent, yes, that's her name. You can Google her. Walked into Meghan's first royal Christmas lunch wearing a Blackmore brooch. For those who don't know, Blackmore figures are deeply racist caricatures of black people, often shown in gold chains and turbans, designed during the height of the Atlantic slave trade to make black subjugation look ornamental. And this woman, who married into the royal family, wore that to the family event for the first black duchess. You cannot script this level of audacity. The media bent over backwards to downplay it. She didn't mean it. It's just vintage. Or, my favorite, she's worn it before. Oh, so she's been racist for a while. Got it. But what did the monarchy do? Did they step in? Did Charles, William, anyone condemn it? Of course not, because in that palace, silence is tradition, and racism is just another piece in the crown jewels. You think this was about jewelry? No, baby. This was about power. The brooch was saying, know your place, you may be in the room, but you're still under our gaze. That is the language of empire. That is how racism survives. Dressed up, smiling, dripping with diamonds. And the royalists? Oh, please. They were too busy clutching their pearls and calling Meghan difficult to bat an eye. The same people who cry decorum and dignity had nothing to say about a member of the royal family showing up in jewelry that glorifies slavery. But the minute Meghan wears neutral nail polish or dares speak out, it's a global scandal. You want to talk about racism in the monarchy? You don't need secret sources or leaked emails. You just need to look at that brooch. The brooch was the institution. Imperialism, entitlement, and white fragility, all pinned to her chest like an heirloom. They never wanted Meghan to feel welcome. They wanted her to feel tolerated, like an intruder, like an experiment. And that's why the brooch matters. Because it wasn't about the woman wearing it. It was about the system behind her that said, this is fine. Kate cancels an event hours before showtime and it's called Recalibrating. William hides on his birthday and it's private reflection. But Meghan skipped a tour while pregnant, and you all acted like she burned Buckingham to the ground. Let's talk about the hypocrisy that reeks louder than Ascot's perfume cloud. Kate pulled out of Royal Ascot with less than 2 hours notice, left the King's carriage seat empty, sent staff into full panic mode. And the press response? She's recalibrating her life. She's finding balance. She's been through a lot. Yeah, no kidding. Cancer, grief, stress. I believe that, and I sympathize. She absolutely deserves time and space to heal. But explain to me why grace was never extended to Meghan. When Meghan miscarried, you called her attention-seeking. When she said she was suicidal, you called her manipulative. When she left the UK to protect her peace, you called it betrayal. Now, let's get to William. The future king. It's his birthday. He releases a perfectly staged photo with puppies and then disappears. No speech, no charity visit, nothing. And suddenly, he's brave for staying home. But Meghan missed a single photo call, and you accused her of sabotaging the monarchy. Make it make sense. You all mocked Meghan for needing time when she was being eaten alive by the press. But Kate gets a few boos, and suddenly she needs to scale back public life for the rest of the year? Be fucking serious. This isn't compassion. It's propaganda with pearls on. If Meghan had canceled Ascot, you would have said she was feuding with the king. If Meghan posted a family photo and ghosted the public, you would have screamed PR stunt. But when it's William and Kate, it's protect their peace. Here's what it is. Selective outrage. You don't care about duty. You care about obedience. And Meghan refused to be obedient to your narrative. Kate deserves recovery. William deserves support. But so did Meghan. And you all gave her hell instead. So stop preaching dignity when you only practice it from one side of the palace gates. Welcome to the Diana Chronicles. This is part 1, the most photographed woman in the world.
Lady Diana was back at the Pimlico kindergarten where she teaches this morning, but polite as ever, she was saying nothing about her weekend with Prince Charles at Sandringham to the assembled press corps.
They hunted Diana through the lens. They studied Meghan like an artifact.
A very pregnant Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle stepped out of the Mark Hotel this morning amid tight security. The Upper East Side Hotel is where she is rumored to have held her baby shower.
What if fame isn't power? Just a prettier cage. She was called the People's Princess, but she never belonged to herself.
And just broke my heart.
Diana wasn't just photographed. She was consumed. Every look, every glance. Headlines told her story before she even spoke it. Decades later, another woman marries into the same machine.
I want you to know that for me, I am here with you as a mother, as a wife, as a woman of color, and as your sister.
Different accent, same silence. Meghan's face becomes global currency. But this time, the headlines bit harder, louder, more vicious. When Diana spoke, the world gasped.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
When Meghan spoke, the world split.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol, and that he wasn't going to receive security.
What?
It was really hard.
One was praised for her pain, the other punished. Both women told the truth. Only one got a statue. In the monarchy's storybook, the princess must be perfect. But when she writes her own ending, that's when the crown turns cold.
The news that Harry and Meghan were relentlessly pursued in a chase that resulted in multiple near collisions brought back memories of the fatal car crash of Harry's mother, Princess Diana, in the summer of 1996.
Stay tuned for part 2. Royal Rebels, from Panorama to Oprah. Follow for more. This is just the beginning. Oh no, sound the royal trumpets. Kate Middleton didn't show up to the royal ascot. Again. Whatever shall we do without her pastel coat dress? And her signature smiling through the boredom stare. I mean, who even are we without Kate graciously waving from a carriage like she's allergic to human interaction? But let's be very clear here. She's recovering from cancer, and that's serious. That's real. So obviously she needs rest, and rest, and rest some more. In fact, she should really lean into the whole recovery period. Take the year. Take 2. Don't rush it. No one's asking her to come back. Truly, no one. The public is managing just fine without another royal appearance that consists of standing silently in a hat while the monarchy burns quietly behind you. She's been missing in action since January, and suddenly we're supposed to treat her absence like it's a sacred event? She's so brave for recovering privately. Yes, bravery defined by doing absolutely nothing publicly, and let the press release do all the heavy lifting. But you know what? Good for her. She should absolutely continue staying home, far away from public duties, because no one needs to see Kate Middleton looking bored in a horse parade grandstand while pretending she's holding the monarchy together. Let her rest. Let her Netflix. Let her garden in peace. Royal duty will still be there when she's ready. Or not. It's not like anyone's hanging on her every word, mostly because she rarely says anything. So here's to rest, recovery, and extended leave. We wish you all the time in the world, Katie. No rush. We're good here. If you call Meghan a grifter, you're just stupid. And I don't mean, oops, I misspoke, stupid. I mean terminally incurious. Internet brain rotted. Parrot the latest buzzword without Googling it, stupid. A grifter deceives people for money. A grifter fakes credentials, invents causes, sells snake oil. Meghan, she gave up royalty. She gave up taxpayer funding. She gave up titles. That's not grifting. That's walking away from generational power with your dignity intact. You think she's scamming? Who exactly? Spotify? Netflix? The beauty industry? Newsflash. If corporations are cutting her checks, that's called a contract. You don't like it? Cry to your boss about your minimum wage. This woman built a platform. She puts her name on initiatives. She shows her face. She funds real work. Meanwhile, you're hiding behind anonymous avatars, reposting tabloid trash written by men with unresolved mommy issues. But sure, Meghan's the con artist, not the royal family that launders colonial history with diamond brooches and photo ops, not the monarchy that's made a fortune off duty while hoarding wealth stolen from half the globe. You repeat grifter like it's a slur, but really, it's just a confession you don't read, you don't research, and you sure as hell don't think. You're allergic to nuance. You've replaced analysis with gossip. And your biggest intellectual flex is regurgitating something from Piers Morgan between tantrums. So, next time you want to sound smart, start by learning what words mean. Until then, keep Meghan's name out your mouth unless you're ready to talk facts. Or admit you're threatened by a woman who mastered the game, walked away, and still won. Grifters lie for profit. You lie for free. Embarrassing. So apparently there's a new TikTok trend going around asking the average 50-year-old to show what they look like. Well, I'm the average 50-year-old. Actually 52, going on 53. Today's my birthday. No filters, no ring light, no surgeries, no injections. Just me.
Hello, my people. Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, you know I love you. Guys, you cannot make this shit up. Did you guys see the article I published on my on my page, on the community page a few days ago? Was it yesterday? Guys, did y'all see what these people came up with? You sure cannot make this shit up. These people already have like the operation reading bridge for Kate Middleton's unalivement. You cannot make this shit up. Who came with this stuff? I never seen in my damn life some 20, no, I said 23. Well, but is she 23 in my head anyway, because that girl can't even talk. That lady that girl can't even have straight conversation. She ain't no lady, she's a girl. She cannot even talk. She goes out for her engagement to meet with the people, with the charity members, the board of directors. She can't even give a straight speech. She is stupid. She's dumb. You know, I know people who are introvert, and those people can communicate really well. When it's those kind of engagement, they're gonna bring their presences. They don't bring no damn pieces of paper that they're gonna try to read, and they can't even read one sentence straight. They're not even respecting punctuation. And you telling me somebody like that went to school and did defend a master's degree thesis? Well, nowadays they told me some master's degrees don't even have to defend thesis for anything. Maybe that's what the one she graduated from, because of them with her communication skills. I do not see her defending any kind of thesis, but I'm telling you, they say she's a historian, and meanwhile she doesn't even know the history of her own damn country. And right now here they got the operation reading bridge, huh? They are reading her, and right now here they done gave her mental illness. Do you guys remember the book of her Royal Highness Princess of Wales, Princess Diana? Remember, they started with a similar thing. This thing, it's just they are pulling pages from damn old book of the monarchy. They came up, called that the queen of people's hearts. They called her crazy. They gave her all kind of mental health diagnosis with no degree, with no qualification whatsoever. The tabloids diagnosed her. And if you look at the level and you look at the background of those tabloids education, none of them went to no damn psychology school. None of them went to learn behavioral health science anywhere. None. They are all dumb like their mamas. And here they are diagnosing mumbles. You know what they should really diagnose mumbles with? They need to diagnose her with a terrible soul. They need to diagnose her with a heinous hurt. They need to diagnose her with a hate. I wonder, I'm gonna need to look into that DSM more, because you know sometimes some diagnoses be you hiding. You know, back in the day we used to even have those diagnosis those DSM with axis. So maybe we need to look for some kind of diagnosis that kind of really fits that girl. She is bad news. And right now they came with the operation to analyze her. Girl, bye. Oh man, by the time you think you've seen it all, and then they're gonna start pulling all those books from Diana's book. They're gonna start pulling those pages, and then pull those pages. Oh no, they'll be pulling those pages, baby. Oh my goodness, that's what happens when you sit down there. You want free stuff. You know, free stuff will unalive you. Free stuff will unalive you. People try to be independent. That's why my mama Jacqueline said, my daughter, when you grow up, I want you to be this. I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be this one. I want you to be this one. Here, my daughter do everything well. And, you know, I honor that lady. And my dad, Tom, rest in peace, Papa. My dad told me, don't be letting anybody out here tell you anything otherwise. You are wonderful. You are smart. Go to school and help people. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I did not disappoint my parents. Y'all rest in peace, my beautiful queen and my wonderful, my handsome King Thomas. Y'all rest in peace. I tell you, I love y'all guys so much. You know, these people are crazy. Mambos, you crazy. Mambos, right now. here we got this jam lady. Y'all did see this jam lady from Texas? That jam lady does not even know the difference between the spread, jam, and jelly. And she doesn't know all those are three stuff that almost taste the same, but they just have different textures. She doesn't know. And you're calling her the jam queen. What is her name? Her last name is Collins. The first name I don't even remember, but bitch, you know you. Girl, I don't like your face. First of all, the way you look. You know, sometimes when you look so miserable, sometimes when God snatched looks from you, you gotta be bitter. And that's exactly what's happening. Bitter, bitter, bitter. She bitter like her mama. And look at her face. She be looking like a paladin. I'm telling you, when you take the picture of the paladin and you take this one here, I'm telling you, there are no lots of differences. Because you know, that kind of hate, you gonna need to look a certain way. And that she came quick out here to say that she did not say anything about her Royal Highness Duchess of Sussex's spread. She is innocent in all those, but guess why? She got about 100 followers on TikTok, but we made sure, the Success Squad made sure they communicated with her via TikTok. And these queens here of the Success Squad, the Success Squad investigator team, the investigation team of the Success Squad does not play with people. We will go, we will dig you up, we will come out here and we will expose you, and we're gonna drag you through the floor. And before you know, baby, you're gonna come out here and apologize. Brooke Shields, we're gonna come back for you. And we came one time, you started posting stuff out there, and ain't nobody watching anything that you posting. You know, with that trauma of yours, with everything that happened to you, girl, you need what do you call it? What is you need exorcism, because you got lots of old man spirit on you. You need exorcism. You need something done, because girl, I'm telling you, if I were you, I go to that altar in wherever church, it doesn't matter, Catholic, Protestant, Anglican, wherever they you call me, Pravoslav, Greek Orthodox, whatever, I would go there and ask for God to clean the sin off of me, the sin inflicted to me when I was a child. Girl, you buy to Brooke Shields. I do not like you, but girl, you used to look cute in my spirit before. Like I said, right now you look ugly more than all the ugly people that I know out here. I ain't gonna name names. Family, I'm gonna need to focus on this drive. I'm gonna talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now. Mambo's bye. You gone, baby. You gone. Y'all go subscribe to my sister Weezy's channel. That's Isabella Back's channel. Isabella Back's channel is one of the big squatty channel out here that brings us all the juice with the sass. And also go to my brother, my wonderful brother Barron. That's the Royal Success. God bless the brother. Let's get the brother to 100,000 subscribers. Go to all the success friendly channels. Support all our sisters and brothers. I love you all guys. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye.